Yo, what is good, everyone? Hope you're doing well, and if you're in the UK, I hope it doesn't feel like Satan's armpit for you inside your property, whether it's your house, your flat, your room. Because today I have a fan blowing on me, so if you do hear that, I ain't even sorry, it's just too hot to do anything. My PC kicks out a lot of heat, and I want to stay cool and not pass out extreme. So everyone's doing well. This is the first playthrough of Railway Empire 2. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it brings back some memories of playing Railroad Tycoon 2 and Railroad Tycoon and 3. If anyone remembers that, you will be a certain age for that stuff. I was hoping to stream Railroad Tycoon 2 or 3. But it doesn't play nice with dual screens or 1080, so I had issues with that, and all the fixes I tried didn't work. So hopefully this is going to be similar to it. I'm hoping anyway. I'm really hoping it is going to work out very similar to Railroad Tycoon. If not, we're just going to give it a go and see how it goes. Yeah, I hope you like the little kind of thing that I've got going on there. The little webcam and that. I've got my alerts should be working. The chat should work as well. I can't see anything in the chat or if anyone's chatting in the chat because it's not actually active. Right. I don't know what's going on there, so I'm just going to pop out the chat from here. I'll minimize that. For some reason, the Stream Elements chat is not. That's nothing. We can. That's. It is what it is, really. So we're going to get straight into the game. I'm going to do the tutorial first and play this. And we're just going to cover the basics and see how we get on. Apparently, once I complete the tutorial, I get the 440. Ooh, special paint job. That should be fun. Get some freebies from this. We're going to see how it goes.
Greetings. I've been expecting you. I'm Lawrence Vanderswag, and I want to help you find your way in the world of railways. I'll tell you everything you need to know to set up a successful transport company. Of course, if you want to make money transporting passengers, mail, and freight, you need to understand where the need for new railway lines is greatest. This is, for example, where goods are produced. Have a look at the map. Move the map in all directions and change the zoom level.
Cool.
And now, turn the camera in all directions. Very well. Now take a closer look at the area around the two cities, San Francisco and Sacramento. Cities and rural businesses are crucial to the transportation business. Cities produce factory goods, mail, and travelers. There is a need for transportation to other cities for these goods.
We can run a line from here, Sacramento, and then from here down to San Francisco, I think.
Farms in the countryside produce basic goods and raw materials, which are also needed by cities.
Yep.
As long as there are no railroads, all goods must be transported via simple rural roads. But these transports do not cover long distances, are tedious and slow. Therefore, the transport volume is not very high.
Gotcha.
Through the railroad, the old transport routes can be replaced. In addition, cities and farms that were previously too far apart can be connected. Improving goods supply ensures that cities grow. Rural businesses in the countryside also grow because they can sell more goods. Take a closer look at Sacramento. Under the name, you can see the size of the city. Move your focus to the city and you'll see what it currently produces for export to other cities. Sacramento has a steady supply of passengers, mail, and export goods every day, some of which is destined for San Francisco. San Francisco, in turn, has goods for Sacramento. Build a rail link between the two cities to take these shipments. First, construct a railroad station in Sacramento. Open the building construction to select it. Then move it to a valid location within the Sacramento City region. It's best to rotate it so that the tracks face San Francisco.
Yeah, it's close enough, isn't it? Yeah.
By the way,
Easy.
each station can be expanded after construction with up to 2 additional buildings and 7 tracks. However, certain buildings like factories can get in the way of expanding the tracks. Therefore, do not build the station too close to these buildings.
Yeah.
Now build the second station in San Francisco. Move the station to a valid position within the city borders and turn it preferably to the southeast so that you can get well around the bay in the next step.
We do it like here. That could work.
Very good. And now establish a track connection between the two cities. To do this, open the track construction mode and select the first station track at both stations in turn. The stations will then be connected and the entire track will be shown to you as a preview, which you can still modify. The preview track follows the shortest path. However, this is not always possible and often not the cheapest solution. Especially tunnels and bridges can be very expensive. In the overview, you can see how the track construction costs are composed. To change the course of a proposed track, you can insert track points and then move them. Now set such a track point once by selecting the track. Now optimize the cost of the track with the help of track points. Please note that length, slopes, as well as tight curves will have a negative effect on the travel time of your trains. Then confirm the construction.
A bit of a gradient there though, isn't there? 4%. How do I delete? Ah, shit. There we go. That's a bit windy, but it looks like it'll do the job. 1 minus 1, so it did slow down a little bit there and there, but we're good, we got this. How has it gone more expensive? How has it got more expensive? Okay, I was tripping. I was tripping. I fucked up that, didn't I? Where's the points? Let's do this again. I'm not to mess it up as bad as I did last time. go, get in there. Got it in the end. Got it in the end.
Very good.
100K to
The track
100K.
has been built and can be used immediately. Now set up a rail line. Now add your stations to the rail line by selecting them one by one. It's enough if the rail line has 2 stations. Now assign the type of locomotive to the train line which all trains should use. At the moment, you have only 1 locomotive to choose from. Now specify how many trains should run on the rail line. To start off, 1 train is enough. The display tells you how many trains are currently active and how many you have requested. For each train, you have to pay the cost of purchasing the locomotive. Now, confirm this cost. Fantastic! The train is now immediately deployed and will soon be on its way. Now, close the edit mode to see the rail line in action. Zoom in on the train and watch it load. The train is loading goods, passengers, and mail destined for the other city. Let's wait until the train reaches the other city. By the way, you can increase the gameplay speed at any time. Also, the game runs faster when you zoom out.
Alright, let's see this thing get loaded. Really, really good. Definitely got. Actually, the game is facial expression. That's impressive. I'm liking this. Ship. Nice, I've only got 6 on the keyboard, so that's just kind of a lot of meat. On you? These elements. Okay, I'm impressed with this. I'm kind of impressed. I'm liking it a lot already. I am liking this a lot already. I am liking this. Like how having these little kind of breakthroughs and gradients, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to take in. Train data. Okay. Edit rail line, copy rail line, delete, drag along. Additional loco, water supply, plan, and okay. Enjoying this.
The train has arrived and is being unloaded. The numbers rising above the train are the transport revenue. This is the most important source of revenue for your company. However, each train also generates personnel and maintenance costs, but more on that later. Keep watching for a bit, and this tutorial will end.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So it automatically loads it all up on that, so it's I wonder if you do with we used to be able to do a railroad tycoon, we could select what right, so from the basics. Yeah, straight to the next tutorial, let's do it. Tutorial by tutorial, step by step. I tried the sandbox
Hello.
mode and I know I messed up.
In this
somewhere
lesson,
along the
I
way.
want to give you some additional information about track construction.
Aha.
You already know the basics, but I have a few important tips. First, consider the cattle farm with the road connection to Sacramento. The road tells us that the farm can deliver goods to the city, in this case, livestock to the meat industry. But transportation by roads is slow and limited. Sacramento could produce more meat if the city received more livestock. Therefore, you are now to establish a railroad connection between the cattle farm and Sacramento. In order for a rural business to use a station, the station must be set up nearby. This is indicated to you by a line from the farm to the station.
Okay. Oh. Won 2 lots from there. That's brilliant. That loses it. Get it back a bit.
Very good. And now build a track between the new station and the station in Sacramento. Don't use the first 2 station tracks in Sacramento though, because we still need them for the connection to San Francisco.
Not the first 2 tracks. First 2, so we do the third one.
Great! But before you build the track, I want to explain how you can influence the height of a track. To do this, insert a track point on the track and change its height. You will see the controls at the bottom of the screen when you move the focus over the track point. With the height of a track point, you can influence tunnels, bridges, and slopes. Now, optimize the track so that no tunnels or bridges are needed, and the track has a length of less than 250 kilometers or 160 miles. Then, confirm the track construction.
Easy.
Excellent. Now,
Easy.
set up a rail line between the cattle operation and Sacramento. To do this, create a new rail line between the 2 stations, select a locomotive and a train, and confirm the cost.
Let's pick a different. Build a grasshopper. Good times. Good sense you made it. Try and check the station at this terminal. We should check the settings the train does not have to make unless it stops.
That done, the rail line can begin service. But suppose the demand for cattle becomes so great that one train on this line is not enough. Then you would have to add another train. But this is not possible at the moment because there are no parallel tracks. Therefore, you should now build a sidetrack and define directions of travel so that several trains can operate between the cattle farm and Sacramento. Open the track build mode again. Now select the track at the marked position to insert a switch. Now it gets tricky. You have to lay the new track as a parallel track to the existing one. Parallel tracks are much cheaper and offer many advantages. Move your cursor to the marked position and make sure that the parallel track symbol appears on the cursor. Then confirm the position. Very good. Now the track will continue to be built as a parallel track. Now select the last position for your sidetrack near the cattle farm. You will see the complete track with 2 switches as a preview. Then confirm the construction and pay for this track.
Okay.
Now you have to
Good.
set directions for the 2 parallel tracks. Otherwise, your trains will always choose the shortest way and not use the sidetrack. Now open the direction mode and select both tracks several times so that they receive different directions. Very good. Now your trains can go one way and return the other. Why don't you zoom in close to one of the new turnouts and take a look at the signals that were automatically created by the turnouts and the direction of travel. These signals define directions of travel and tell trains where to stop if the track section in front of them is already occupied or reserved.
Well, there's a lot going into this.
But at the moment, you don't need a second train on this route, because your rail line can already transport much more livestock than the previous rural road. This allows the meat industry in Sacramento to produce more meat, which also benefits your rail line to San Francisco. Now, let's take a closer look at this rail line. Open the Sacramento City dialog by selecting the Sacramento City borders. You can select anything except special buildings.
Sacramento.
Important information about the city is shown here. At the top, the citizens of the city are displayed. Below that is how many wagons of goods the citizens and the industries in the city could consume and how well this demand is currently covered. Furthermore, the current train usage is shown for freight, passengers, and mail. Below that, it shows how many passengers and how much mail are currently waiting for transport and how much is added per week. It is important to note here, these express goods do not wait forever. For example, after a few days of waiting, travelers will gradually abandon their journey or look for another way. The same is true for mail. So if you want to transport as many express goods to San Francisco as possible, a train should leave Sacramento every 5 to 10 days. However, your existing rail line only has one train and only reaches Sacramento every 15 to 20 days, so you have to put in another train.
Yep.
However, this route does not offer any alternative options for several trains. Now you have to change that, but this time with a different method than before. Open the track construction mode and build a railway line from track 2 in Sacramento to track 2 in San Francisco. You will see that this track is automatically planned as a parallel track and is therefore very convenient.
Noise. Feel like the bridge can stay there. Bridge can stay there. We'll just
The two
there.
parallel tracks do not help yet. We still have to connect them. There is a very practical method for this, the station gridiron. With it, you can connect parallel tracks in front of stations. Select the station gridiron and build it in front of the Sacramento and San Francisco stations.
There as well.
Excellent. Now set different directions for the two parallel tracks so that the trains can avoid each other. Select the track direction mode again and set different directions for the two tracks by selecting the track sections. Excellent. By setting directions, all signals are automatically created here as well. Now your track is ready for more trains. Close the track construction mode and select the rail line from Sacramento to San Francisco. You can do this in several ways. First, you can simply select the train that is traveling between the two cities. Do that. You can also simply switch through all your rail lines. Try that too. And there is a third way. Select a track between San Francisco and Sacramento. Then, a list of all the rail lines that use this track will open on the left. You can also select the desired rail line from this list. Now select Edit Rail Line and increase the number of trains to 2. The cost of this is for the locomotive, which has to be bought new. Fortunately, the wagons cost you nothing. Confirm the cost so the second train can be purchased, and then close the mode. Perfect! Take a close look at the station and the station gridiron in Sacramento. The new train can be created immediately, because thanks to the gridiron, both tracks are available to the rail line. The gridiron is more than just a crossover. While the train always chooses the shortest way at a crossover, at the gridiron, 3 tracks at the station are preferred.
Okay,
You can place gridirons at all parallel tracks in front of a station if there is enough space available, because the more tracks are to be connected, the longer the structure. Since the station gridiron can only be used by one train at a time, I wouldn't recommend you to connect more than 4 parallel tracks. Now let's wait for the train.
Where's my list of trains? I don't quite care, I'm waiting for the train. That one? It is. Appeared out of fucking nowhere. Nice. Nice. So you've got to wait for this train to load up.
And already the new train is on the way. By the way, the train number of the train you are currently looking at is shown above. Switch through the trains on your train line once. This is useful, for example, if you want to see what each train has loaded. And that's the end of this lesson. You now know how to create switches, side tracks, parallel tracks, track directions, and station gridirons. With this, you can already create any complex track system. You'll figure out other objects like crossings as you build tracks yourself.
This the way has got absolutely nothing. Train completed without freight. Yo, Echoes! Choo-choo, let's go! This is fun, man. This reminds me of Railroad Tycoon, like the series. Look at the detail on it. Let's just close that real quick. No, I need that up. Look at the detail. You can see this on top of his face. He's just a jerk. We're just going through the tutorial bit by bit because I tried sandbox mode yesterday and it didn't work too well. Okay, let me just bring that down a bit. I know I need to change my mic for sure, or move my mic because it was closer to my mush. It's now further away.
Assumption, depending on their type.
Better.
Take a look at the rail line between...
Just turn it down a little bit more. I don't know why my chat's not actually showing up at NOBS. Something broke there. Ah, awesome. But yeah, my mic's kind of like a little bit further away. That's good to know. Cheers, dude. I either need a new mic stand or I just need to move my mic into a different position, which I think I might do. Might come across on the right so it's closer to my face so I can turn. So I've turned it up. Turned it up in the sound settings. Alright, so let's have a look. Breakdown maintenance needed.
Here you can see the current state
Breakdown
of the
maintenance
locomotive.
needed.
The lower the condition is, the
Whoops.
more often the train has a breakdown and stops on the way. Locomotives are automatically repaired at stations if they have a maintenance depot. To do this, try choosing the station in Sacramento. Here you can select Construct Extension. Do that and take a look at the options available. Then build a maintenance depot.
Tick.
Very
Yes.
good. Whenever the state bar of a locomotive has dropped to about 60%, it will be serviced. And since the Sacramento
same,
station
dude.
is used by both of
I
the
used
train
to
lines,
love it.
the maintenance
I
depot
was lost.
also benefits both train lines. Now close the station again and select a train line once more.
Alright, so was that back to train line once more. We're not available.
These three bars show the levels of water, sand, and oil. If operating materials are missing, the
motherfucker's got none.
locomotive will be significantly slower. Water is needed on a daily basis. Sand is needed when going uphill to increase the friction of the wheels. Oil is needed to lubricate moving parts, and the amount required is dependent upon the distance traveled.
Is that currently not available?
All of the operating materials that a locomotive requires can be obtained at supply towers, which must be built along the tracks. Open the building menu and select the supply tower. Now build a supply tower near each of the marked positions. Very good. Both
Nice.
rail lines can now reach a supply tower. You can build them at any position along your lines, but they should be far
Where's
enough
that?
away from switches and stations so that a long train can stop at them without creating conflicts.
I built the station there, so they put in the game they put a station there, whereas I put it there because I was getting both them fucking things. Alright, okay, so
There is
next.
one more building that has to do with maintenance, the maintenance post. Select
Okay.
this building type. Unlike the maintenance depot or the supply tower, the maintenance post is not a required building type. It is suitable, however, when many trains come together in a small space because the maintenance post can reduce breakdowns and thus long traffic jams and conflicts considerably. However, this also results in daily upkeep costs. This brings us to the end of this lesson. Feel free to look around some more. Once you have finished, this tutorial will...
But yeah, I used to love Railroad Tycoon too. Railroad Tycoon 3 was nice graphically, but it didn't have the same in-depth.
This
word
lesson is
I'm
about
looking for.
optimizing rail lines. Specifically,
The
how
system.
to
I didn't
optimize
have
the
an in-depth
revenue of
system.
a rail line according to its tasks. For this purpose, select a train off the rail line from Sacramento to San Francisco. Since this rail line operates between two cities, it transports passengers and mail. These two goods are among the express goods because they require fast transportation. Consequently, the faster the transport, the higher the transport revenue. For example, the faster you transport a passenger, the higher the ticket revenue.
Voice.
Now open the balance sheet of the rail line. Here you can see, among other information, what revenues the selected train had on its last full tour. As you can
nice.
see, revenue for freight transportation also plays a role. While Sacramento produces meat, San Francisco has cloth. Fixed prices are paid for freight transportation, so speed is not a factor here.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. 3 was graphically more detailed, but 2 had that really intricate freight system. You could set the cars, you could set up a train to just carry passengers and mail, and have that just speeding on its own express line going from two stations, and you could get another train that's slightly slower and just have all the cargo, all the freight stuff there. And that's what I liked about it. You could set up different trains to run different things, which was nice. They'd always have the faster trains running the express stuff with a little caboose and a mail cart and all the other shit, and it was just like, yeah, these are my fancy trains. This is what just takes people left, right, and centre. Yeah, 3 just done it automatically. You couldn't change it. I'm hoping once I got through the tutorial, we'll do a little sandbox. We'll just like play about, just so I can get a feel for it, and then I think probably going in over the next week, I might do some more. Maybe we could be doing hours of gameplay here, guys. Like hours of gameplay. You like that little push button, clicky click. But yeah, I think that could be an idea, just to kind of break away from tanks a little bit. Have a couple of hours of tanks during the day, not streaming, play some of my favourite games, and then just play this in the evening.
Now consider the costs. Maintenance and fuel are mainly affected by the length of a tour, but personnel generates daily costs, so speed plays a factor here. Also, a rail line can transport more if it is faster. However, freight is much
Nice.
heavier than express goods, and a locomotive cannot be fast and powerful at the same time.
Okay.
Therefore, there are different locomotives. For example, on this rail line, a mixed-use locomotive is used. This is always good if the load consists of at most half freight goods. If there is a higher percentage of freight, a freight locomotive would be better, because the train will otherwise be very slow even on slight inclines.
Yeah. It's nice to break away. I'm going to smash through tanks a little bit more and try and get through the battle pass this time, which won't take me that long, I don't think. I don't think it should take me too long this time round. I only want the bonus chapter for that extra tank.
We now want to test a freight locomotive and one for express goods between the two cities. Open the research and development section.
Oh,
Here
R&D.
you will see
Love
many
it.
technologies that you can unlock
Oh,
over
shit.
the years. They improve countless aspects of your business. These include higher ticket prices, happier passengers, and even more modern locomotives. Your current
Damn.
locomotive is the Dunham. Select it and let's take a look at its data. Compare the speed, tractive power, and suitability of the Dunham with the two locomotives to the right of the Dunham, the Derwent and the Firefly. You
26,
can see
19,
that the
33.
fast Firefly has a much lower tractive power than the powerful Derwent. This means that the Firefly is much worse at pulling heavy loads, but much faster at pulling light loads. Now, unlock these two locomotives so you can use them in your rail line. Very good. Now close this dialog.
This is interesting. There's a research and development system. This is a little bit mad. Refrigerated carts, dining carts, cabooses, covered cabs, bark arrestor. Yo, this is mad. We can jump 10 years. When do we get all the really fancy trains? Yep. I'm a happy motherfucker. I can get the A3 Flying Scotsman. It was a 462 configuration or 464? EA. Wind tunnel. Super husband. Oh my days. Hope they bring out like expansion pack so you can actually kind of go further along.
Now optimize the rail line for express goods. Exchange the locomotive for the Firefly and select Express as the load type. Then pay the cost
Firefly.
for the new locomotives and close this dialog. Now watch your rail line and use the fast forward function if you like. It will only pick up express goods and it will reach a much higher speed than before. After a while, it will even
This is
show
crazy.
the express symbol. This means your rail line is the fastest of its time and gets even higher ticket revenue. You don't have to offer an express line, of course. Everything works with slower and mixed transports as well. But suppose you have a good reason for this optimization. Then of course, freight transport is missing. If you can't transport freight on the same tracks, that would slow down the express train. Therefore, you should expand the tracks from Sacramento to San Francisco. To do this, extend the 2 parallel tracks from Sacramento to San Francisco by 2 more tracks. Then build a station gridiron at each station, connecting each of the 4 tracks. You can just build the new station gridiron on top of the previous one, but be aware that the new gridiron is much longer. Don't forget the directions for the new tracks.
Station gridiron. On the parallel. Gridiron. Yo, choo choo, motherfucker! Yo, dude, this is some next level crazy shit. Right, chat direction. Bosh, bosh. Think I'll change that. How do I expand this fucking gridiron? Yo! Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow, bro. I thought he was already following, but at least some now they know work. And now know they fucking work. Number of tracks, max. 2? 4. How do I... Then build a station gridiron at each station connecting all 4 tracks. Build a new station gridiron to prove everyone be aware the new gridiron is much longer, don't forget directions from the new track. Alright, cool. So click that. Click that. It won't let me build on top. Is there? Bro. I've got it on low latency, but I don't know. Why didn't let me build a gridiron? I have to delete that one? And build a station grid connecting each of the 4 tracks. You can just build a new station grid onto the previous one. Yeah. Let me do it. Apparently not. Apparently fucking not. I really don't know how I've done this, but okay. So there's a delay in the alerts, but okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I connected them. Nice. I connected the gridirons. This one's the same. Yo, this is nuts. How much more zoomed in can you get? All the things and shit. Amazing. I had some delay on shit. That's cool. I've done directions. I just delete these and redo it. Funny. Okay, and do what I want it to fucking do. All the way. Ah, demolish. That'll do. That'll fucking do. Don't know what I've done here, but I fucked it up somehow. Unless that could be a reason why. Only not. No idea what the fuck I've done wrong. Ah, okay. Alright, let's try this shit again, shall we? Max. We only do it on bends. Oh, it will. There's 4 tracks connected there. No. We're getting somewhere.
Excellent. Now create a new rail line from Sacramento to San Francisco. To make it use the new tracks, you need to set waypoints. To do this, select the following 4 objects in sequence: Sacramento, the outbound track; San Francisco, the return track.
Sacramento, the outbound track, right, so then... No man drive waypoint San Francisco. Yes, cool. Eh? I'm really fucking confused. Waypoint, select 4 objects: Sacramento, outbound track; San Francisco, return track. Sacramento. Outbound track, yes. Go. Isn't it let me put the other thing in? What have I fucking done? Can't choose locomotive. Something's broken. A broken tank. What the fuck have I done wrong? Huh.
Very good. Now use
Oh,
the
there we go.
Derwent as the locomotive. Select
that was a
freight
bit
to be
harder than I thought it
loaded
would be.
because this rail line should only carry freight.
We want freight. Freight.
That's
Done.
exactly how it's done.
Got there in the
Normally
end.
trains always take the shortest way, but by using waypoints you can specify certain paths. You should also do this for your express line, so that the two lines don't get in each other's way. Otherwise, we're through with this lesson, so when you're ready, you can finish it.
That's instead of waypoint. Okay, so we can change direction to tracks, etc., etc. We're good, right? So that's that. It's so hard trying to remember how to do all this shit again. Railroad Tycoon 2, it was click, 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 click. There's the trains, jobs are good.
Greetings! This lesson is about how you can recognize the needs of a city and use them to your advantage. I'll also show you how to invest in the production of goods to ensure additional transport and growing cities, which in turn leads to even more transport.
Just reply to your message, Apex. I just see it pop up. I thought I'd let that guy talk. Whatever finds your message.
Open the city dialogue of Sacramento and then the supply and demand list. This list shows you, among other things, how high the stock of all goods is and how high the current demand by citizens and factories is.
You can build your cities up so much as well. It's kind of like, not only is it a railway builder, there's so many things they pulled from RTC2. Implemented it in a really nice, easy to understand way. Stock in the city, deliveries by train, we're getting 2 cows by train. They're demand 2.4, so we need to get more cows shipped over to them. Supply, demand. That's what's so good supplier. So I've got the stock in. That's what's being delivered by train, and that's the demand for the city. Okay. Fulfillment. Alright, we're doing good on that. Big grain and beer. Don't need wool, sugar, cloth. Okay, cloth's doing well. We're doing well on that. Milk. Alright.
As an example, look at grain. The city needs grain, yet the supply is at 0. This is because the nearest grain farm is too far away and is virtually unsupplied by traditional transportation. The same is true for lumber.
Yes, so
with the help of new rail lines, we could improve the goods coverage of the city. For corn, however, there is some supply. Here, a corn farm is nearby and goods are transported via road. A new rail line would generate revenue, but would not improve the city's fulfillment of demand until the city has grown too large for traditional transportation.
Makes sense. We've got lumber, we've got milk. They want lumber, milk, and grain. Alright, cool.
Now, close the list again and look for suitable businesses to improve the city's fulfillment of demand so that the city can grow.
Oh, damn, okay.
To the north of Sacramento, there is lumber, and in the northeast, there is grain available. Now build a station at both farms and connect them to Sacramento, preferably with double tracks and a gridiron.
That's important impact. Preferably with double tracks and a gridiron. Let's do parallel tracks. This is going to be the easiest way to do it. There's not enough fucking fingers. Right. Gosh, one there. big enough to like take a shit ton of tracks. We've got 3 tracks. I know what I can do. How do I edit? I want to click that. Nope, that's not gonna work. Hit the bed. Got 3 lines here. I want to move that one down one. Move it up to there. Ow! That direction. Oh, that's annoying. Zero percent practice. Right, I'm gonna go quick BRB because I need to grab a drink, and I will see you on the other side, and then we can work out how we're gonna do these tracks. But yeah, enjoy the BRB. It should be okay. It should work. It should have the chat there. I'm not 100%. It's all new. It's all being tested, and it's YouTube, so completely different to Twitch. But I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. And we're back. So yeah, working out this railway line, track construction. I don't want to delete it. I want to move it. It doesn't tell you how to move tracks. I want to move the tracks. I want to move it to this end one here. Big old bridge there, it's like crossing over, it's not going to fucking work. I'll edit the track. I don't know how to do the track editing. Do I have to delete this whole fucking track or what? I don't really want to. Get this first one going. That push D. This is gonna be some stupidness. This thing on incline, I need to Right, now we can build a bit of a... build the platform slightly different. The station. We've got this. Get a slightly different way around it so we can have cheaper track costs.
Don't forget to also set track directions and build supply towers. Then set up one rail line for each good so that they can be delivered to Sacramento. We will continue once the first goods arrive in Sacramento. Big old steep hill that is. That's an incline and a half. Holy shit. That works a bit better. Yeah, that works. Then we've got to throw this motherfucker somewhere. Gosh. Yeah. Train track building's harder than it looks. Cool. Towers, yeah, that's gonna fucking help a lot, innit? To do this yeah, no, you're stuck. Johnny there. There. That. Cool. That's looking better. We're getting there. We're actually fucking getting there. This is nice. I like it. Oh, the big old bridge. That's some expensive line to put there. Right, so let's click. We want a new line. There. There. We want freight. Freight only. Confirm.
And do line there. Great. Bam. Job done. That was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. We got this one. A ton of logs. Alright, cool. Click it, click that. Gosh, we're in. We're in. We've done well. We've done well. We're killing it. We're getting there. And the tutorial, I'd say definitely play tutorial. Really worth doing. Especially if you're used to Railroad Tycoon 2, Railroad Tycoon 3, any of those ones. Start playing a tutorial on this. Really is kind of worth it. Helps you kind of understand the game a bit better, because I was going in thinking Railroad Tycoon 2 style, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. Which is nice, and you see the signals going up and down as well. Yo, that's just that's little things. Little things. That's a speedy little train.
Excellent. Select Sacramento again and watch how the city's fulfillment of demand improves. Since grain and lumber are in fairly high demand by the city, these two commodities also have a higher impact on demand coverage. Observe how the new supplies increase the goods coverage. If it's above 60%, a city grows. If it falls below 40%, it shrinks. Let's wait until the city reaches 40,000 citizens. You can look around a bit in the meantime.
Wow, okay. Okay. Right, pick this line. Let's have a look at the train. What is it? It's mixed. Can we edit the train? Edit. Nice. Trains 2. Great. Cool. That should improve. That should improve a lot. I got one cow. Only some percent. Okay, right, so can we build things? Did farming towns get better or what? Like, I don't know. I click on it, 2 cows. Because he's got 14 fucking wool. Sacramento need any wool. That's what we want to look at. They do. They do need wool. I've got plenty of money, haven't I? I wonder, can I go from the farmstead directly to there? Where's track going? Dude. Whilst we're waiting, let's see if I can, let's see if it lets me build some shit. It does. Nice. Make this quicker. This is a game more to see it expand visually, yeah. Let's add an... Oh. Oh. Click the wrong fucking thing. There we go. Back to the game. Clicked off the screen. I don't know why it's not thingy.
Sacramento has reached a new level. When a city grows, this has many effects. The need for goods increases, more types of goods are demanded, more industries can be constructed, and special buildings become available.
Yep. From San Francisco. Oh, nice. I wonder, do you reckon the wall will make a difference? There's our little choo-choo. Nothing on it. Yeah. Balance, train data, ride line, edit rail line. Special wagons, okay, so I can't do any of the special wagons. Mail car, okay. Then a mail car to the express trains, that'd be impressive. Mix. Where's the express train? Huh. Yeah, it does look like, and you've got little bars there as well. The incrementer is growing nice. Why is it not picking up the thing? It's close enough to... because there's no demand for it, that's why. Can we stop the train? Done it. Okay. That's just running an empty train. Good times. Oh well, we're making enough money. Right,
Another industry can now be constructed in Sacramento. Beer would be good because grain is needed as raw material for it. Besides, San Francisco also needs beer, and there already exists a rail line. So open the construction menu and select the breweries.
Where's that? Where's that? Construction menu. Building construction. Factories. Yo, you can build factories as well. This is...
Now place the new industry in Sacramento inside the inner city area. Make sure that the new building complex doesn't get in the way of your future construction projects. For example, you can't lay tracks through factory complexes.
Let's keep it all kind of there. Kind of factory area, isn't it, really?
Very good. Now leave the construction menu again and select the new industry. Here you will see some info about your new industry. The rotating gear shows that the production is running. But if raw materials are missing or the export warehouse is overflowing, production stops. This decreases the utilization and consequently your profit. If the work stands still for a long time, you will also lose money.
Oof. Okay. Okay, so...
This can be the same city or any other city that can be reached by rail. So you can assume that your rail line to San Francisco will be used to transport beer.
That. Auto. Love it.
If one day the production of your industry is no longer adequate, you can enlarge it by increasing the level. This will also make your industry yield more profit, but you'll probably earn the most from transport of goods. Now select a rural business, because I'd like to show you that you can also buy this business. You can acquire any rural or city business as long as it is not owned by one of your competitors. This starts an auction in which all competitors can participate, and the highest bidder gets the business. Start an auction now. Very good. Now try to acquire this rural business. Excellent. One last thing. Open the flow of goods display. The origin of travelers, mail, and goods is displayed here, as well as where they are transported to. This is very useful if you're looking for a specific farm, for example, or want to know which transport routes you could take over.
Oh shit. Let's try wall. San Francisco. Okay. Okay, I fucked up. Should have gone San Francisco with this shit. He knows when he fucked up. Rental on that. Milk. They have none. There's no flow of goods there. Liquor. Ooh. Yes. Love this. Okay, so I fucked up. So good. I can make a lot of money from that one. Yep.
Down here, you will see explanations about the flow of goods. Now select different goods and move your focus to rural businesses and cities to see different information and the flow of goods. When you're ready, you can then exit this tutorial at any time.
Hey, so that is good to know. Work out your most profitable routes from the offset, run them trains, and then start working from there. Go city to city first.
In this lesson,
then
I
start
want to
building the
explain
cities
how
up.
passengers, mail, and freight can change trains. This is useful because it means you need fewer rail lines and you can easily distribute goods from central stations to all directions. Now select Sacramento, and there, passengers and mail. Here you can see the destinations passengers and mail have from Sacramento. Right now, that's just San Francisco, because it only mentions destinations that can be reached entirely by rail. However, this does not mean that these goods choose only direct connections. Indeed,
this is good. You can
passengers
do more
and
playing
mail
this
may
as well,
change
dude.
trains in cities and at rural stations with hotels if there is no shorter way, and if the way by rail is at most twice as long as the direct way. Now, let's try this out. Now, build a station in Reading and connect the city to your station at the clearing. Feel free to use new tracks there. Then, create a new rail line that runs from the clearing to Reading. As soon as lumber arrives in Reading, we will continue.
Build station in Reading. Gotcha. Best direction for this station would be I can curve it round. You got to plan your thingies as well, dude. This is nuts. You got to plan. Building. The line there. And you can select running multiple lines as well, which is pretty cool. Right, so one. These things are pretty nifty as well. Rail line that runs from the clearing to Reading, okay? I'm going to do a mixed train to start with, so I can always change it. We've got better trains. Press, Firefly, Flint. We'll do this one, we'll just do freight to start with, okay? Freight. Clearing and then heading. Right, confirm. Where is this train? It takes a while for the trains to process and be made or something, or get delivered, one of the two. Start from one of these tracks. There we go. Love the details in the stations as well. That's a good point actually. Building construction. High tower. It always pauses. Bridge flying around. Oh, biggest weather. Bugs like free fucking filming it right now. That's a long old cargo train. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do like a multiplayer as well, dude. We'll check that out. Like, I'll quite happily play with a few people just for shits and giggles. Oh, yo. Oh my days, you could actually sit right along and blow the horn as well.
Outstanding! Now, so that the passengers and mail can change trains at the clearing, you need a hotel at the station. But you haven't researched it yet. Therefore, open the research diagram and unlock the hotel.
Right, so I need to change that to a mixed train. We edit rail line. Mail change trains there near the hotel at the station. We haven't researched it there. You have research diagram of the hotel. So we make it mixed. And automatic. No passengers. No. My god, this is really confusing. I can't. Passengers and mail can change trains to the clearing near the hotel at the station. We haven't researched it, therefore open the research diagram. Alright, so we're just gonna. So that's just a freight train. So where's our research and development hotel?
Very good. Now select the station at the clearing and expand it with the hotel.
Library, University Museum, what the fuck? Space station. Re-choosing. Oh, construction, there we go. Hotel.
Exactly. Now passengers and mail can change at the station. Open the overview Passengers and Mail in Sacramento again, and you'll notice that passengers and mail can now get to Reading via the station with the hotel. Maybe it will take a while for the new route to be registered, then we'll just wait.
Sacramento, nice passengers. Where's the overview? Oh, okay. Got it. Right, so we close that. And this. Mixed. Cool. Automatic. Cool. There's this one we need to change. Ready. Edit that. Edit the train so it's mixed. And then automatic. Hey, OJ. And when we've got two things like that going, you go from one to the other, just have them both mixed. That makes more sense. Oh my eyes are so itchy. And let's go down to Sacramento, click on it.
Hotels, by the way, are only required at rural stations because in cities, passengers and mail can always change trains. Freight can also be transferred from one rail line to another at stations, but there must always be a warehouse for this, because freight takes up a lot of space.
So it's a two-part journey going from Sacramento to Clearing into Reading. Gotcha. Nice. And same with freight. That works. I like that. That's pretty funky. Right, let's go
now
next.
Let's try it out. For this, unlock the warehouse within the research diagram and expand the station at the clearing with the warehouse.
We go down to here. Click there. Warehouse.
Unlike the hotel,
Da-da-da-da.
the warehouse needs to be adjusted to the goods that are to be transferred here. Therefore, select the constructed warehouse and instruct it to take in the goods, meat, beer, and cloth. You don't have to specify a quantity.
Then meat, beer, and cloth. Cloth. Beer and meat.
Very good. The goods
Nice.
selected by you can now change the rail line at the warehouse. Note, the goods in the warehouse do not belong to you because the warehouse only serves as a stopover for changing trains. All goods already have a fixed destination.
Here we go. This is what we're talking about. Getting the
As with travelers and mail, freight is only shipped by a business if the destination can be reached by rail. For example, the meat industry in Sacramento can now ship meat to Reading by rail, knowing that the meat will reach its destination via the warehouse.
that. That's dope. Learning shit.
Now, feel free to look at how the goods transfer at the clearing. You may also need to increase the number of trains to transport all the new goods. Then, finish this chapter whenever at your own pace.
Goods transfer. Okay. Do that. Issues the next station. Goods warehouse. Hotel. Exchange mailbags for a deck. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. Right. So, what do you reckon? Clear into Sacramento. Edit rail line. Add 2 trains. Then clearing to Reading. Edit rail line. Add 2 trains. When we look at development, it's going up. Destination Sacramento. We've got what we've got. San Francisco. They're going to San Francisco as well via clearing, because clearing's that halfway point. They jump off, go from clearing to Sacramento, then from Sacramento to San Francisco. Nice. That'd be funny though. Us competing for like the big boss of railway tycooning. What they're in demand of actually. Get plenty of wood. Don't need meat. Corn. Well, where's corn? Where's corn? Corn's over there. I could always do that to clearing, hold corn, and then have it going on the trains to Sacramento. Let's have a look at Sacramento. They're getting their corn there because the road. Let's go. This one. They're getting theirs by road as well. Alright, cool. So that's that. It's just clearing. Wedding need corn? They'll just get none. As soon as we're just pissing about, I can. There's that. Building. That way. I could always go across the Sacramento if I needed to. Mines. Damn! Probably do a nice little crossover, I think. This way. Yeah, it is a steep bank, isn't it? Is that it then? I think I've fucking got it. I don't have enough money. Oop. What? Oh my god, check the tracks that you're gonna be using. This is fucking annoying. There's nothing cut this way anyway. Always go around and full breakdown. How did you break down, you dickhead? Furniture. Alright, so what was I looking at? Clearing. Oh, I'm gonna need to put a maintenance yard somewhere, aren't I? Damn it. Nice click. Construction. Rock City building. Rock extensions. Maintenance depot. That's gonna help. Sacramento help. Yeah. Sandhouse. This guy has one. There's one at Sacramento, yeah, so need one there to pay for them because everything else is going into or around Sacramento. That makes sense. One and the thing is, beer's not going through yet. Nice. Alright. Click here. Message in the mail. Right, yeah. Alright, cool. Making some ways through. They getting what they need though, they getting the clothing. Issues with production. Weaving mills. Production started. Alright, cool. If I did that, I could do the wall from there to Sacramento, from Sacramento via, from there, Sacramento, clearing, Reading. A long process, but it'll do the fucking job. It says wall even closer. There is. There is. Look at that. There is. And I reckon that's enough of a good wall. Yeah, they're getting it all from the thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll expand my cattle farm. Oh, I can't buy it. Right, so we've done what we needed to do. Banking and personal, here we go. This is where we get into the interesting stuff.
Greetings.
Oh,
Now
actually,
we'll
this
move
is
on
anything
to
on Spotify.
banks and personnel, loans, stock trading, buying up competitors, personnel management, and sabotage.
Where is the thing? Ah, there we go. Need to change that. It kind of
Here
partially
you can
saves your
see some
progress.
data about your company on the left, and on the right side, the current company value and how it's calculated.
Oh, that's a lot of all the moolah there. Right.
The results of the last 4 quarters are displayed here. The last quarter is on the left.
Revenue minus expenses. Quarter results. Locomotives. Right, so that's what I had come in. That's what I spent. Oh, that's painful. That's painful to look at.
Here you can see which companies are currently competing in the transportation business and how much these companies are worth. Each company, including yours, is a public stock company that received its initial funds from shareholders. Therefore, you can buy your competitors' shares as well.
Huh.
Once you have acquired all the shares of a competitor, you can merge with them and the competitor disappears. But be careful. If a competitor gains value faster than you, they will also try to buy up the shares of your company and kick you out of the race. Buy some competitors' shares now. There is quite a bit more information about mergers, but you can take a look at that at your leisure by opening the Tips and Tricks section. Here you will find more information about each topic. If you open the tips from a dialogue, you jump directly to the right place. can buy shares of different markets and issue company bonds to take out a loan. The higher your company value, the higher the bond's value. Now buy some stock and issue a bond. In the last section, you can see all kinds of statistics and company developments. Look around a bit, then close the dialogue to continue.
Must get hay fever tablets tomorrow because I feel like I'm getting pepper sprayed. So much fun. 5 months, 6 years, time played. Doing well.
Now let's take a look at the personnel. Open the corresponding dialogue. In this dialogue, you can change basic settings for the 4 different personnel areas of your company. The first area is for the engineer. Your trains are on the move 24 hours a day. With a daily work time of 8 hours, each train needs 3 engineers. If you increase the work time, for example, you will need fewer engineers, but the quality of the work will decrease. How many of the available positions can actually be filled depends on how much you invest in your employees.
Ooh, okay. Wage, employee welfare, recruitment. Good.
How well each individual works and how many positions are filled ultimately determines the efficiency of an area. Efficient engineers, for example, reduce the maintenance requirements of your locomotives.
Yeah.
Now take a look at the 3 other personnel areas. They all work similarly, but each has different effects. One special feature is your security personnel. Not only do they affect mail and freight revenues, but they can also prevent sabotage when effectively used.
Yeah, like my left eye is burning, my nose is still blocked. Got to get some earlier today. Stoker. Issue Stoker affects speed to have an error, currently no effects. Huh. And personnel, cool. Security, efficiency.
As always, you can find more information about personnel in the Tips and Tricks dialogue. Now, let's turn to the last area, the saboteurs. You can invest money into searching for saboteurs to damage your competitor's business. The more money you invest, the faster you'll find more experienced saboteurs. Start the search for a saboteur now. Go ahead and invest the highest amount. Normally, you would have to wait for a while now, but I'll take the liberty to speed up the search. As soon as you have found a saboteur, you can use them. Now close the dialogue and select something that belongs to your competitor north of Reading. For example, a station. Then, order the sabotage.
All I see with you are breakdowns. It's going to be an uneven battle.
That's correct.
That's how it's done. Whether you want to sabotage your competitors or not, of course, is your decision. It's not important, but you should expect that your competitors will not be squeamish with you. So make sure you have enough security personnel. That also brings this lesson to an end. One more thing. As long as your business is small, you don't necessarily need to worry about your staff. At some point, however, you'll have 50 or more employees in one area, and you'll incur significant costs. By then, you should optimize your staff.
So that was a tutorial. That was very in detailed. Built the reindeer 440. Nice. I'm thinking call it there for tonight, and probably jump back on this tomorrow. Maybe play a little bit of the campaign or just run into Sandbox and just mess around and have a laugh. Maybe even create a private game just so we can have a laugh and see how much we can screw each other over. Yeah, I think on that note, I'm going to leave it there. If you want me to make more content or actually make some content without the streaming side of things on this game, let me know in the comments down below. Because I have a feeling I'm going to spend a lot of time playing this and just getting better and working out all the systems and playing around. I do like it. It's taken me back to the Railroad Tycoon 2 times. A load of fun. And once I've had a Hay Fever tablet, which I'll get done tomorrow, I won't be as scratching my eyes and as itchy. We can either do, I'm thinking maybe Sandbox, just to play around with all the little things within the game, just to kind of tweak my knowledge and get better at it. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. If you want to make some more content about it, just let me know down in the description box. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next stream. Peace! This stream didn't work. No, I noticed that.